Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makal Kodesh. And double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, or the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risk their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. And the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is about the mark of the beast prophecy, which is the microchip. So the mark of the beast prophecy in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16 says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And the he that will be causing this are the rulers of this kingdom today, who are the Edomites, who are the so-called white people. It is their ruling class, which is the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, the elite bankers, that will cause the entire world to be microchipped. All right, and that's what the mark of the beast is. So it is going to become mandatory worldwide when they declare the mandate for this microchip. And it mentions the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So unless you have the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, you won't be able to buy or sell. In other words, you won't be able to conduct life in society anymore. In order to gain access to food and services, you will have to be microchipped in order to gain access to them. And this is where the world is heading towards. And when you look at what's going on in the world right now, and you look at everything that's being developed, times are speed racing towards this end game prophecy, the mark of the beast prophecy. And the technology is already developed. The microchip technology is already out there. You have people who are literally microchipped already, and they are using the microchip for its intended purpose as an all-for-one use kind of device. You have a girl in America called Chip Girl who, she goes around and she uses her microchip implant to open up the doors in her house, open up various closets, etc. And you have people over there in Sweden who are microchipped, and yes, they're microchipped in their hand, and they use the microchip to make payments at a vending machine or to buy tickets at a station. And then you have other individuals around the world who are microchipped. From America to the UK and Europe, they are already able to accept microchip payments at point of sales machines. So the technology is already there. What we're waiting for is the mandatory implementation of it, where the prophecy is fulfilled. And this is what we're heading towards. And the prophecy mentions in the right hand or in the forehead. So you have the microchip implant in the hand, where, as I just mentioned, people use it to as its intended purpose, where it will be heading towards. But you also have this forehead portion, and it has come out in recent years of this brain microchip implant. And one of those individuals is Elon Musk and his Neuralink. Now, it's not only Elon Musk and Neuralink that is developing brain chip technology. You have Synchron as well as another example that is developing brain chip technology. And the brain chip technology is being implemented and sold to the masses as a way to cure or fix certain situations that were not able to be cured or fixed by way of the current technologies that are available. But now with this brain chip technology, they are saying that they are able to do all sorts of different things with it. For example, make the paraplegics walk, or the idea of telekinesis and being able to transfer thoughts from the mind to speech, right, by way of being microchipped in the brain. Okay, and now they're also saying that they can cure blindness by way of this microchip. All right, this is the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the deceiver, coming at the people at various different angles with his microchip technology. Okay, this is what is at hand, man. Some people are going to take it because we're heading into a time of terrible times, and they're going to tell you you're going to have to take the microchip in order to be a part of society when we're in those terrible times that are coming. Jacob's trouble, a time like never before upon us as a nation. Okay? And then there will also be individuals that will simply be willing to take the microchip. They'll see it as the next stepping stone, as people have been gradually been getting used to the idea of living in this certain kind of way, moving towards a cashless society, a digital system. And at the top of that digital system is going to be that microchip, which everything is going to be tied to it. Then you're going to have individuals who are going to be convinced by these miracles, so-called, that the brain microchip will be able to perform and do by making people who are unable to walk, unable to see. This is where it's all heading towards, man. They are going to deceive many by this technology. Okay, so Elon Musk Neuralink seeks patients globally to try its brain chips. Elon Musk's brain chip company Neuralink is recruiting participants worldwide to trial its device, which enables users to control a computer using only their thoughts. Right, so a brain is microchip. The brain, the microchip is implanted into the brain, and then people are able to, as it says, enable users to control a computer using their thoughts. So by way of their thoughts, which the brain microchip, it's like merged, or however it works, that technology will be able to transfer their thoughts, right? These are things that have never happened before, like in this kingdom. These are things that we haven't seen before, right? This is like what would be known as the next step in technology, as the world that we know it in this lifetime. Okay, so these things are in fact considered miraculous. And it says Neuralink is looking for people with quadriplegia, those who are not able to use their arms or legs, to sign up for a clinical trial. It said on April 2nd, post on X, the social media platform also owned by Musk. So this thing has been developing very rapidly. At first, it started with the animal trials, and then it very quickly moved to the human trials, from the human and this in America. And then the human trials just, it also, one could say, just so magically, and conveniently, it's just working very well. You know what I'm saying? And it's very successful at each stage and at a rapid pace as well, to the point where now you have people who are microchipped and with the brain microchipped, and they're fine, and they're using it for all kinds of different, the reasons that they say it's intended for. Okay. So then after that, it went to, then they said that they were doing trials in Canada, but now it's a thing where they're saying that it is, it's open globally now, which goes to show you how quickly things are moving. And the scriptures say in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, talking about the so-called white man, the deceiver, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So Esau knows that his time is short. His kingdom always was set to expire, right? In Revelation chapter 20, it talks about he shall be loosed a little season, and he's in that little season, man. This is Esau, Edom's final kingdom, and this kingdom, as it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So the end of Esau's kingdom starts the beginning of our kingdom, the kingdom of the Israelites, ruled by our Lord Yahushua. So they're coming with great wrath, man, and they're moving very rapidly with their entire system and pushing forth with their NWO agenda, with the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, at the forefront of it. That's everything that's happening right now. Everything that they're doing, everything that they're setting up, is so that they can bring about this entire system with the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, at the absolute forefront of it, right? This is the new slavery system that they intend to push out there. And, they're selling their microchip technology to the public already as something that is great and amazing, you see? So as of January, Neuralink has said that 3 patients have been implanted with a device. All are quadriplegic and are testing a small brain implant that tracks neural activity to control a computer or smartphone as part of the clinical trial called the Precise Robotically Implanted Brain-Computer Interface or PRIME study. Neuralink is one of several companies and academic institutions developing and testing so-called brain-computer interfaces. So you see, I mentioned before, it's not just Neuralink, and I mentioned Synchron as well, but they said that there are several, right? It's just like the microchip that is implanted into the hand. There are different manufacturers of it, like I think one of them is Walletmore, another one is Dangerous Things, and various other places, man. You can purchase a microchip and use it, okay? Or rather, people can purchase a microchip and use it. And my message, which is a message from Yahweh Shemishai, is to not take the microchip. That's where it the message ultimately leads to, okay? But it says the Neuralink patient registry is now open globally. So it's hit a global level now. This is where it's heading towards, man, because it's going to be a worldwide mandatory thing. As it says in Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And the word world here is G3625, which is oikomini, which talks about the inhabited earth. So the entire world is going to face the hour of temptation when the entire world is faced with taking the microchip or not. But regarding the judgment written and salvation, salvation is only for the nation of Israel. So when it comes to the judgment, it is only for us. All right. Now, when America is destroyed by thermonuclear fire, if you are heathen, then you're simply going to be destroyed, whether you take the microchip or not. Salvation is not for you. Salvation is only for the Israelites. But regarding our people, man, if you take the microchip, then you have no chance for salvation. You will be destroyed in America. All right, the 2/3, right? That's what it says in Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. 1/3 shall be saved and 2/3 shall be destroyed. So if you take the microchip, you are going to perish. That's the message, man. And this hour of temptation is the hour of piercing, which shall come upon all the world to pierce them that dwell upon the earth, because that's how it's administered, man. It's piercing, okay, by way of the device that is used to administer the microchip, which is called the Karax. And the microchip itself is a Karagma. It's something that's physical. So this is where we're heading towards, man. And now it's open worldwide, okay? Neuralink's website says its clinical prime study, which will take around 6 years, is looking for quadriplegics with spinal cord injury or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis to use their thoughts to control a computer. Musk also heads vehicle maker Tesla and is the Trump administration's government cost-cutting czar. He has said he wants Neuralink to move beyond just allowing humans to operate computers by thinking, and wants to help give people superpowers. And this is what Esau Edom is doing, man. They want to achieve a godlike status, and being the creature that they are, they want to achieve that godlike status by way of carnal means, and they are going to use that microchip as a way to do that, all right, to give people superpowers, right, for people to have what is telekinesis or be telepathic by way of having a brain microchip, and then being able to use other technology by way of that brain microchip implanted in their brain, all right. And this is what is in their heart, man, the heart of Esau Edom. So one dude uses his brain microchip about a year ago by controlling a computer cursor to play chess and surf the web. So it's actually happening, right? This brain chip technology is actually allowing people to do these things as it was proclaimed to be able to do. All right, so we're in that time, man. And then you have this Neuralink Blindsight, which is Elon Musk saying that by way of his brain microchip technology, he will be able to allow blind people to see. This is a miracle, man. In this world and in this society, this lifetime that we know it, Esau's kingdom, these things are considered miraculous, all right? Because there were never any kind of cures or solutions for these things before. But now he's saying he can make blind people see, right? Elon Musk made Neuralink to implant Blindsight chip in first human by 2025, and it's the year 2025 and we're in April, so it's all happening very quickly, man. All right, Musk announced his first implant of Neuralink's Blindsight vision chip in human by end of 2025. So even when you look at the news regarding Neuralink, right here it is, the most recent one is in fact that the microchip has been opened up now globally, right? For whoever wants to use it, and then they've been selling it. Elon Musk Neuralink files to trademark blindsight, telepathy, and telekinesis, right? This is it, man. This is a prophecy at hand. This is the devil in his prime form at work, all right? Deceiving the masses into taking his market chip. That's what's happening. Okay, Chinese companies are accelerating the brain interface race, matching Neuralink. So you have Chinese companies also working on it. So it's not just Neuralink. They're all a part of the same agenda. Okay. Then you have here Neuralink's first patient reports no side effects a year after receiving a brain chip. So 3 days ago. So apparently, according to them, it is quote unquote safe and a success at what it is intended to do. So it goes to show you how close we truly are. Okay. And then more news. Elon Musk puts a chip in this paralyzed man's brain. Now he can move things with his mind. You see? So this is where it's all at, man. And in Revelation chapter 19 and verse 20, it says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, which is the Roman Catholic Church, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So he's going to deceive many into taking the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, by way of his miracles, by way of saying, yo, the blind can see again. And people will see this and be like, wow. You know, people will take the chance, you know what I'm saying? And then being able to control things by the thoughts. And it's not just going to be the paraplegics or whoever else, man. They're going to say, yo, it's not just for those people, but anyone. You will be able to control these other technologies by way of having this brain microchip technology. And there's a television show, or was a television show, that showed it, man, of this girl in the UK. She was in the hospital and her parents were there. And if you want to Google it or YouTube it, you can type probably black girl UK microchip implant or something like that, right? You'll know it's the right video when you see that her parents, her mother looks like a so-called black woman and her father looks like a so-called black man, so-called white man, and she's in the hospital bed and she just got the microchip implant, surgery, and then she's controlling all of the technology by way of her thoughts and all these kinds of things. This is the vision that Esau Edom has, man. Okay, so he's going to deceive them which had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And that's the judgment, man, for taking it. That's the warning from Yahweh Shemishai, that if you take the microchip, then you are going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. There's no chance for salvation. Okay, and once you take it, it's over. All right, this is the message from Yahweh Shemishai. So this is what's at hand, man, and it's all coming along, because the prophecies are going to be manifesting. We're at the end game. It says in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 that the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie though it tarry. Okay, so at the end, which is the end of Esau's kingdom, the prophecies are going to be fulfilled and they're going to show themselves, and moving towards their their manifestation. When they come to pass, there's a period up to it where things are being implemented and things are being able to be seen, and then Yahweh Shemishai warns the people, okay, that it's at these different stages and it's coming. All right, and it's so clear to see, man. They're working on their brain microchip on the forehead and the brain microchip in the hand, and that's what it is. Okay, and we're moving very close because they're getting ready to push forward with their NWO, their digital society, and their microchip, man. Okay, so be aware. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai by Shemakal Kodesh. Shalom.